Greetings and welcome to the show, 5 Minutes of Wellbeing with Vasilis, on Mental Wellness TV. Today we will talk about the path of the heart, how to listen to the voice of your soul. We are truly delighted that you are here with us today, as this topic touches on the very core of our existence, guiding us toward greater self-awareness, emotional healing, and inner peace. The path of the heart is not always easy to follow in a world full of distractions, noise, and external pressures, but learning to listen to the subtle voice of our soul is essential for authentic well-being and fulfillment. To begin with, it is important to understand what we mean by the voice of the soul. This voice is that quiet, gentle whisper inside us that reflects our deepest truths, desires, and values. It often comes through intuition, feelings, and moments of stillness rather than loud proclamations or logic. The soul's voice is timeless and universal, transcending cultural and personal differences, and it calls us to live in harmony with our true nature. Yet, many of us have grown accustomed to ignoring or silencing this inner voice because of fear, self-doubt, or the overwhelming demands of everyday life. The good news is that anyone can reconnect with this voice by cultivating awareness, patience, and trust. Listening to the voice of the soul begins with creating space for silence in our busy lives. We live in an era where constant stimulation from technology, social media, and external responsibilities can make it difficult to tune into our inner world. Setting aside quiet moments each day, even if only for a few minutes, is a powerful practice to calm the mind and become more receptive. Meditation, mindful breathing, or simply sitting in nature without distractions can help us become more sensitive to the subtle signals coming from within. When we quiet external noise, we open a channel to the deeper wisdom that resides in our hearts. Next, we must learn to observe our thoughts and feelings without judgment. The voice of the soul often speaks through emotions and sensations that can be confusing or uncomfortable. Instead of reacting impulsively or trying to suppress these inner messages, we can practice gentle curiosity and compassion toward ourselves. For example, feelings of sadness, anxiety, or restlessness may be indicators that something important needs our attention or healing. By acknowledging these emotions and reflecting on what they might be telling us, we gain valuable insights into our soul's needs and longings. This process requires honesty and courage but leads to greater authenticity and self-acceptance. Another essential aspect of listening to the soul is developing trust in our intuition. Intuition is often dismissed as irrational or unreliable, but it is actually a profound way in which the soul communicates. It manifests as a subtle knowing, a gut feeling, or an inner prompt guiding us toward decisions that align with our highest good. Learning to differentiate between fear-based thoughts and genuine intuitive messages takes practice. We can do this by paying attention to how our body responds to different choices or situations. When we feel peace, openness, or excitement in our heart area, it is often a sign that we are aligned with our soul's voice. Conversely, tension, confusion, or resistance may indicate misalignment or external influence. It is also important to recognize that the path of the heart involves both listening and action. Hearing the soul's voice is not enough if we do not follow through by making changes that honor our truth. This may require setting healthy boundaries, pursuing passions, letting go of toxic relationships, or simply prioritizing self-care. Taking small, consistent steps toward living authentically strengthens our connection with the soul and builds confidence in our inner guidance. Sometimes, the soul's path leads us into uncertainty or discomfort, but these challenges are opportunities for growth and transformation. When we commit to walking the path of the heart, we embark on a journey of deeper meaning and joy. Community and connection can also support us in hearing the voice of the soul more clearly. Sharing our experiences and feelings with trusted friends, mentors, or spiritual guides creates a safe space for reflection and encouragement. Others can offer perspectives that help us discern our inner truth or affirm what we already sense. Moreover, being part of a caring community reminds us that we are not alone on this journey and that collective wisdom can nurture individual awakening. It is essential to cultivate relationships that respect and inspire our soul's voice rather than diminish or dismiss it. In addition, engaging with creative practices can unlock new channels of communication with our soul. Art, music, dance, writing, and other forms of expression allow us to access subconscious feelings and insights that words alone may not capture. When we immerse ourselves in creativity without judgment or expectation, we create a dialogue between our inner world and outer reality. This process can reveal hidden desires, fears, and potentials, offering fresh clarity on what the soul longs to convey. Many people find that their soul's voice becomes stronger and more vivid through regular creative exploration. It is worth noting that the journey of listening to the soul is deeply personal and unique. There is no one-size-fits-all formula or timetable. Some may experience sudden awakenings, while others progress gradually through trial and error. Patience and compassion toward ourselves are vital as we navigate this path. It is natural to encounter doubts, setbacks, or moments of confusion. These experiences are part of the unfolding process and often lead to richer understanding and resilience. Trusting that the soul's voice is always present, even when it seems faint or hidden, can sustain us through challenging times. Moreover, reconnecting with the soul's voice often leads to a broader sense of purpose and contribution. When we align with our authentic selves, we naturally gravitate toward actions that serve not only our well-being but also the greater good. This expanded awareness fosters empathy, kindness, and a desire to make a positive impact in the world. The soul's path encourages us to live in harmony with nature, community, and universal principles of love and justice. In this way, listening to the voice of the soul is not only a personal practice but also a collective evolution toward a more compassionate and conscious humanity. To integrate these insights into daily life, it is helpful to establish regular habits that keep us connected with our inner voice. Journaling is one such tool that allows us to record thoughts, feelings, and intuitive impressions. By reviewing our journal entries over time, we can identify recurring themes or guidance from the soul. Similarly, affirmations, prayer, or rituals tailored to our beliefs can strengthen our relationship with the inner self. Physical practices such as yoga, tai chi, or mindful walking connect body and mind, creating harmony that supports soul listening. The key is consistency and openness, allowing our inner voice to become a trusted companion rather than a distant mystery. It is also valuable to remember that nature can be one of our greatest allies in listening to the soul. The rhythm of the natural world, its quiet beauty, and its cycles remind us of the importance of patience, renewal, and presence. Spending time outdoors, whether walking in a forest, sitting by the sea, or simply feeling the sun on our skin, helps us slow down and reconnect with the Earth's grounding energy. This connection can awaken our sensitivity to the subtle guidance of the soul and inspire feelings of gratitude and belonging. Nature invites us to harmonize with its wisdom and remember our place within the larger web of life. Sometimes, the voice of the soul calls us to embrace vulnerability and authenticity in our relationships. Being honest about our feelings, desires, and boundaries fosters deeper connections and mutual respect. When we hide or deny parts of ourselves to please others or avoid conflict, we block the flow of our soul's truth. Courageously expressing who we are creates space for healing and growth, both individually and collectively. Vulnerability is not weakness but a gateway to genuine intimacy and transformation. Through authentic relationships, we learn more about ourselves and are supported in our soul's journey. Additionally, we should recognize the role of forgiveness and letting go in opening the path to the heart. Holding on to past hurts, grudges, or regrets creates emotional blockages that silence the soul's voice. Forgiveness, both toward ourselves and others, frees energy and allows healing to begin. This process is often challenging but deeply liberating. By releasing what no longer serves us, we create room for new experiences, joy, and alignment with our true essence. Letting go is an act of love and trust in the unfolding of life's greater plan. Furthermore, exploring spiritual traditions and teachings can provide valuable frameworks and tools to support our listening practice. Whether through philosophy, sacred texts, or rituals, many cultures offer wisdom about connecting with the soul and living from the heart. We can draw inspiration and guidance from these sources while honoring our unique path. Integrating spiritual practices that resonate with us enriches our experience and deepens our understanding of the soul's voice. This exploration invites us to see beyond the surface of daily life and touch the sacred within. It is equally important to be mindful of the language we use in our inner dialogue. The words we tell ourselves shape our beliefs and influence how clearly we hear the soul's voice. Practicing positive, compassionate self-talk can dissolve limiting patterns and open us to greater possibilities. When we shift from criticism or doubt to encouragement and trust, we align more fully with the heart's wisdom. Language is a powerful tool in shaping our reality, and cultivating a loving inner narrative strengthens our connection with our deepest self. Finally, the path of the heart is ultimately a journey of love for ourselves, for others, and for life itself. Listening to the voice of the soul invites us to cultivate this love as a guiding force in all that we do. When love becomes our foundation, fear and separation lose their grip, and we move toward unity and peace. The soul's voice calls us to be present, to be kind, and to embrace the fullness of our humanity. In this way, walking the path of the heart is a sacred practice that transforms not only ourselves but the world around us. Here concludes our presentation for today. We warmly encourage you to send us the topics that concern you and to participate actively in the show, as the issues you raise will be covered in upcoming episodes. Stay with us every day for a new dose of strength, joy, and inner balance. Finally, we invite you to visit our website and explore the specialized collections we have prepared for every aspect of mental and emotional wellness. Until next time, we invite you to care for one another, but above all, to care for yourselves. Stay well always.